To hand you to our commentary team in Warsaw. A huge game tonight in the Nations League. So much at stake. It's Poland against Scotland with James McFadden and Liam McLeod.
A Nations League date with destiny for Scotland that will have repercussions that will be felt over the course of the next 12 months as we look ahead to those World Cup qualifiers. Can Scotland squeeze into the top two? Scotland fans off to our left, up in the top tier of this massive bowl of a stadium. That was part of the big co-hosting of Euro 2012. Indeed, the Germany-Italy semi-final was played here. The final was across the border in Kiev. And now, the Polish national anthem. Wonderful sight here, the Polish fans, all of them holding up the red and white cards that had been placed on the seats. 58,000 capacity stadium, this one, and despite the fact they were pulled from pillar to post in Porto on Friday evening by the Portuguese, they've come out in their numbers of the natives as they look to consolidate their place in Nations League A. If they finish third, which is the position they're in right now, Poland, they will go into a promotion-relegation playoff in the early spring. That's potentially where Scotland will land. Scotland could still land in the quarter-finals of this tournament against one of the big guns, France, Spain or Germany. And if they have succeeded in doing so, they will also automatically be in pot one for next month's World Cup qualifying draw. Seems a fair bit away at the moment. The fact they only won by 1 goal on Friday means they can't usurp Croatia on the head-to-head, so it will have to be in goal difference. There has to be a 3-goal swing unless Scotland wins 3-2 and Portugal win 2-1 in split, and then it moves to other tiebreakers in the group, such as away wins, away goals, but we'll deal with that as we go along. The Scotland lineup this evening: Craig Gordon in goal, winning his 79th cap, Ralston, Suter, Hanley and Robertson, who wins his 80th across the back, Gilmour and McLean, Sit, Doak, McTominay, McGinn, He was the hero against the Croats with Lyndon Dykes leading the line. Poland, Skorupski in goal, Piatkowski, Valakovic and Kivior at the back, Kaminski, Szymanski, Moder, Zalewski across the middle, Zielinski behind Buksa and Swiderski. No Lewandowski, no Bednarek either, no Berezynski. There are others out too. It's not the preferred starting 11 for Michal Probierz, who is a man under pressure, the Poland coach. And it will be the home team to get us underway. I'll keep you up to date with what's going on in Split, in that Croatia-Portugal match, which could well have huge implications should Scotland win this game tonight. They have to win to stand a chance of pot 1 or pot 2 in the World Cup qualifying draw. As it stands, it's pot 3. That's their likely destination. They can help improve that with a win here against the Poles. They've been in this very stadium twice, both meetings a decade ago, Euro 2016 qualifying, a 1-0 friendly win. The competitive fixture ended 2-2. Scotland had led 2-1 in the game. Stephen Naismith putting them in front as the Poles kick off, left to right as we watch. We're way up high above Steve Clarke's technical area. Poland in the white shirts, red shorts, white socks, Scotland in the navy with yellow flashes. The long ball comes forward and Scotland are awarded a free kick. It might have been a flag down on the near side. It's going to be a Scotland free kick to be taken by the captain, Robertson. Just 2 players, James McFadden ahead of Andrew Robertson in the cap count now for Scotland.
Yeah, it's quite incredible. You know, Andy Robertson, the amount of games and games as captain as well is quite remarkable, and he'll have his eye on that number 100 and beyond, I'm no doubt.
Swiderski has it for the Poles, rolls it out to the far side, and it's slipped back the way to Kivior. Then out to the left flank for Zalewski. Scored that late penalty as Poland won 3-2 at Hampden. It was a game they led 2-0 in. Scotland pulled it back after the break. 2-0 down at half-time. Got it back to 2-2 through Gilmour and McTominay. Only for that late Zalewski penalty given away carelessly by Grant Hanley, and there's a long ball forward which might catch Scotland out already. Left-hand side of the box, it's pulled back. Really important block there because Szymanski found himself in all kinds of space in behind the Scotland defence. Left-hand side of the box, his shot was kind of scuffed, it was blocked, and it's out for a Poland throw-in over on the far side.
Yeah, he's in far too much space, Szymanski. When he makes the run, Hanley and Suter are occupied by the 2 strikers. Szymanski makes it from midfield, and Andy Robertson does well to get across.
The cross comes in, Gordon holds on at his near post. Szymanski of Fenerbahce scored the opening goal at Hampden in September. A shot from outside the box which Angus Gunn couldn't keep out. Craig Gordon launches it high up towards Lyndon Dykes in the halfway line. It's nodded forward there by Valakovic. And here they come again, Poland. Have started well, they look like a team with something to prove. Driving up to the edge of the box was Kaminski, his effort was blocked. And it comes out to this near side where McGinn collects. Robertson fires it forward looking for Dykes. He'll happily accept the throw-in as it bounces back off Jakub Moder of Brighton and Hove Albion, former teammate of Billy Gilmour, and it's out for a throw to the Scots on this near side. Nothing each in the early exchanges here.
Yeah, it's been a strong, aggressive start from Poland. Obviously trying to atone for that 5-1 defeat against Portugal.
Scotland have it. McGinn to Ralston, sweeps it to the right of the centre circle now. A first feel of the ball for Ben Doak, slips it into the area for McTominay. First chance for Scotland to attack here. McTominay though rolls it back to Gilmour. Square ball to McLean, midway inside Polish territory. Turns it back to Gilmour, to his right. Gilmour slips it through to Doak, he's inside the area. Pulls it back to McGinn on the right foot. Goal! Goal, Scotland! A few minutes into the game in Warsaw, and the Tartan Army rises 1 behind the goal there as McGinn's effort finds the bottom left corner past a despairing Lukas Skorupski. The Bologna keeper couldn't get there, and McGinn scores to take his international tally to 20, and that could be massive. It is Poland 0, Scotland 1. What a start!
And what a goal it is. It's absolutely tremendous play from Scotland initially to get down the right hand side. Scott McTominay making that burst forward. He could be forgiven for just flashing it across, but he gets his head up, recognises there's nothing on. They come back out, recycle it, comes to Billy Gilmour. And Ben Doak makes a lovely little run inside. Gilmour defence splitting pass into the path of Doak. And the cut back to John McGinn, who steps onto it with his right foot. A nice calm finish. Little reverse into the far post. A brilliant goal from Scotland. An unbelievable start to this game.
And for John McGinn personally, he's now very much back on the goal trail for his country after a bit of a blip. That takes him clear of Ali McCoist, and now there's just a few players ahead of him in the goal scoring stakes, and that's a fabulous moment for him personally, but for this Scotland team as well. After what was a bright beginning to the match by Poland, that is a big early sucker punch delivered by John McGinn.
Yeah, it is. I think that, you know, when you're looking at the start Poland had, and I know we were only a couple of minutes in, you think, right, try and see this out before you get too excited and hit back. But the play down the right hand side was outstanding.
Here come Poland, they've got it with Zielinski at the edge of the box, space on the left hand side. Ralston trying to defend, the pass back straight to Ben Doak, who turns Zielinski, who's winning the skipper's armband inside out, comes back to Gilmour, firing it through, looking for Doak, too much on it, and it comes right through to Skorupski. John McGinn then, just the fifth man to breach 20 goals in this team's history. Dalglish, Law, Gallagher, Riley, McGinn.
It's quite incredible. You know, he went a spell there without finding the back of the net, and I'm sure it had been playing on his mind. But getting his goal on Friday night there, his goal tonight as well, it's just incredible.
Here come Poland, the ball fired forward, away by Robertson with the head. McLean picks up and shifts it to this left side for the goal scorer. And John McGinn infield to Gilmour, who just scampers up towards the halfway line, turns it back to McLean on this near side. It remains goalless and split in the early stages there. Here's Robertson with a left foot to Ralston on the right hand side, down the line for Doak. Ralston goes in the overlap before it's passed back by Doak to McTominay, right of the centre circle, back into his own half here for Hanley. And a square ball to McLean. Scotland playing with a poise and a purpose right now. The ball forward towards Dykes. It will be mopped up though by Velukovic, who clears it up towards halfway. Picked up by Hanley to Gilmour, out to Robertson, who then chips it, switching it out to Ralston on the right hand side. Across the halfway line he goes. Doak's hugging the touchline. It's infield to McTominay. Really chilly day here in Warsaw, not quite as cold as it is back home, but that goal will have warmed everyone who's got an interest in this Scotland football side, whether they're here, whether they are back at home right now with the roof closed here in the Narodowy. It's Scotland who lead 1-0 if you're just joining us. McTominay has it on the right, down the line to Ben Doak. Looking to try and take on Zalewski. He's done well, he's into the box. Doak, chance here, pulls it back. Dykes didn't gamble though, and it's cleared and booted out for a throw-in on the far side. Lyndon Dykes gets goal side of the defender. He could be looking at making it 2-0. We've only played 7 minutes. Yeah,
it's electric again from Ben Doak down the right hand side. Little step over, down to the line. Takes a touch just to compose himself, gets his head up, and he plays into the area that Dykes should be going attacking. Dykes is just backing off, waiting for that ball to come through. I think he has to go and meet it, and if he does, it's a certain 2-0 lead for Scotland.
Robertson's cross ball into the box is headed clear. Poland trying to regain their composure, but McLean's back onto it. He's done well. Finds Robertson out to the left for McGinn, level with the edge of the D of the Polish box. Looks up, left foot, bends the ball in. Way too close to Skorupski, who holds on. It's Poland 0, Scotland 1. Approaching 8 minutes.
Well, we spoke about Ben Doak before the game, and we know we're speaking about his pace and the impact he has. Can his decision making be better? Can his final ball be better? Well, I have to say, he's put 2 balls in. We get a goal from it. We should have had a goal from the other one. So he's learning as he goes, but he's getting better every single game.
Zielinski turning it out to this near side for Piatkowski, and then onto the line for Kaminski. Back the way to Piatkowski of Salzburg. Gets it from Zielinski again, and then into the centre circle for Velukovic. Forward it comes. It's a nice little touch there by Szymanski to the edge of the box. It's slipped into the area, but cleared by Suter, who's very impressive on Friday night. Again, John Suter, as McGinn picks up, turns away from Zielinski, rolls it back to the edge of his box for Robertson, who fires it forward out to the right, looking for Doak. Comfortable header over there by Kiwior though, the Arsenal man. Here come Poland down that far side with Zalewski. The ball in's poor, straight through to Craig Gordon, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Well, they're still committing loads of bodies forward, Poland. when they get the ball, switch a play there, they win it back. They've got 5 options trying to breach that back line of Scotland. So as much as we have to be wary of that, there will be opportunities to get it if we win it back, get the other side and be on the counter, especially with the pace of Ben Doak.
Poland in possession here with Lukovic, plays for Torino, teammate of Shea Adams in Serie A. It's to Zielinski, who's made his name in that very league in Italy, and the Polish number 10's on this near side, having made that summer move to the champions Inter from Napoli. Pushed forward here, first time ball back by Szymanski to the right hand side for Kaminski, and then to Zielinski. It's a lovely ball, he's disguised it, dinking it forward, right hand side of the box. They've been forced out wide here though, and it was Svinderski. He's managed to find Kaminski into the area, he goes and he gets a shot away, but it's pretty tame and straight at Craig Gordon, who holds on comfortably.
Yeah, it is, but the runs that Poland are making, breaching that back line, dragging Scotland all over the place, and it's leaving gaps. And he cuts inside there, Kaminski. It's a team effort straight at Craig Gordon, but the space just opens up for him.
Poland have it back on the far side. They have looked menacing. It's rolled to Zielinski. He's at the edge of the area, goes down. When he went down looking for the free kick, and the referee doesn't agree with the protest from the Poles, and Scotland are heading away in a counter with McTominay galloping forward. Doak to his right, slips it to him. Ben Doak inside the penalty area, little step over the defender, gets the slightest touch in the tackle, which removes the threat momentarily. Doak shifting it back to Ralston. Doak still an option over on the far side. Doak has given it away, he was looking for Ralston again. Poland pinch it back over on that far side, and it's picked up here by Piotr Zielinski in the middle of the park, shifting it forward there to Svinderski. It's a long switch out to the right hand side here, and a chance for Kaminski driving into the Scotland box. Low ball across, cut out by Hanley, breaks back to this near side, and Craig Gordon is to tip Kwiatkowski's effort over the bar. Right hand side of the D, lashed it towards goal with the right foot. Gordon dealt with it well, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. Another shot on the Scottish goal though.
Yeah, they look really dangerous, Poland, when they go and try and build their attacks, whether it's a counter attack or just from pace of play. They get bodies in the right positions, they're getting in behind and in between midfield and defence, picking it up and getting turned, and they have options as well either side.
Corner will be taken on this near side by Sebastian Szymanski, the Polish right, as they attack the goal to the right. Scotland fans up there at a wonderful view of John McGinn's goal, which has given Scotland a potentially priceless lead here in the National Stadium in Warsaw. Here comes this corner though for the home team, and an expectant home support. Left-footed corner delivered into the 6-yard area. They're claiming handball against Billy Gilmore. The VAR will look at it obviously. Then there's a foul on Kwiatkowski by Robertson, and Poland have a free kick here, but clearly the German officials in the VAR room will be having a look back at that as the ball came in. And it did come off Billy Gilmore. We don't have monitors in front of us here, unfortunately, so we won't get a chance to have a look back at it. We do have the guys in the studio perhaps to go to points throughout the evening. The referee doesn't seem to be speaking to the VAR at the moment, because he's in conversation with the 2 Polish players who stand over this free kick chance, which is about 25, maybe just over that, yards from goal. It's right of centre. It's a long way out for a shot, particularly given the angle, but Szymanski looks favourite to take it. There are 2 Polish players over it. Szymanski with the left perhaps here though. Big gap to Craig Gordon's left, to the free kick taker's right as he watches it. He's bent it in towards the back post area, where it's a really important flick headed away by Ralston. It would have been a corner, but the offside flag's gone up. That's careless from Poland. Scotland don't care. 13 in, Poland 0, Scotland 1.
No, and Ralston wasn't to know either. Poland had 2 at the back post, ready to go and attack that. He does really well to recover, but they go too early and it's offside. And just before, Poland had that bit of pressure, the shot from distance, when the ball comes back to Anthony Ralston, I was expecting him just to step onto it and put it into the box. He had McGinn, McTominay and Dykes in there.
Long ball by Gordon, Dykes flicks on, but of course he's the most advanced player, so there's nobody behind him as he flicked it towards the Polish box. So the Polish defenders have it, and Kiwior goes back to his goalkeeper, and it's Skorupski Fires it forward straight to McLean though. McGinn attacks it and then it breaks Robertson's way, hoisting it forward. McTominay trying to hold off his man. He did. He goes down. No free kick. Poland have it back, given away quickly though, and now it's with Robertson coming forward. That surely will be a free kick. It was. Zielinski isn't even arguing the case. Scotland have a free kick here just about midway inside the Poland half, left to centre. Scotland leading 1-0 and looking for an insurance policy of a second goal here potentially.
Yeah, the way Poland have set up though, I wouldn't be really comfortable. I'd obviously be more comfortable with a 2 lead than a 1 lead, but Poland are going for it, committing bodies forward. And it's great play from Andy Robertson just to pick it up and drive into the space.
They're not in a great run, Poland. 1 win in 8. Did win at Hampden, of course. It was that solitary success in this run. Disappointing European Championship as well for them. Robertson and Gilmour over this free kick. It is Robertson, left-footed, too close to the keeper though. Skorupski holds on the 6-yard line, and Scotland had plenty at the back end of the box there. But now Poland come away, driving down that left-hand side. Kaminski's on it. He's on the opposite side at the start, and Scotland trying to defend this. Ralston with the challenge. Kaminski still has it. It's going behind for a corner, but then doped as well to battle back and put it out for the throw-in before Kaminski was able to celebrate winning the corner. And it will be a Polish throw level with the Scotland penalty spot, which is taken quickly out on that far side, and the referee's blown his whistle. Flag's gone up again, and important phase in the game given you got the early goal there, James. You don't want to obviously give Poland the kind of encouragement to, not that they're needing any tonight going by the performance so far, but if they can hold on this lead and frustrate the home team. They've got recent memories of poor form, a hammering in the second half in Porto the other night.
Yeah, you have to continue to do what you're doing. Make sure you're not giving any encouragement to Poland. As you said, they've started the game really positively. They've got players forward. They're trying to get at the back line of Scotland as much as they can, and they just haven't either found that final pass or done enough to really test Craig Gordon in goal. So yeah, it's massive for Scotland to maintain the concentration levels and try and snuff out any danger, because eventually, as you say, Poland are not in a great run. The confidence will hopefully start to drain out of them, but also give us a chance to go and catch them on the counter-attack and extend the lead, and then see how Poland deal with that.
Scotland have it with Grant Hanley. Wins away from home against higher ranked sides are like hen's teeth for the Scots. Win in Austria in the last World Cup qualifying campaign, of course won in Oslo. Euro 24 qualifying. Robertson wins the throw-in of Kaminski on this near side. You then go back to Zagreb in 2013, you go back to Paris in 2007, as the man to my left knows only too well. So Robertson takes the throw-in, finds McGinn, back to Andy Robertson on the near side, dinks the ball into the midfield. Ralston decided to leave it. This could be very costly, and it ripples the side net. What a chance for Swiderski. How on earth has he not scored? It's an absolute gift from Scotland. Ralston and McTominay with a misunderstanding. Neither went for it in the end. They both thought the other was going to. Ralston left it. Swiderski was in, staring at the goal, slight left-hand side. Gordon doesn't even have to make a save. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. But that is a bullet dodged. Yeah, that is, without doubt. I know that McTominay and Ralston can do better, but Andy Robertson should know better to play that square pass. One of them has to take control. They don't, but that is the warning sign, and really that should be a leveller for me. It's a great opportunity for Poland. Swiderski's won a free kick. The man who just missed that glorious chance, Grant Hanley's tripped him right hand side of the box. Another Polish attacking moment coming up. It remains goalless and split between Croatia and Portugal. Here in Warsaw, Scotland leading 1-0, but they are come under some serious pressure throughout the match, actually. Yeah, and Poland have started, with that aggression to go and get forward. They don't need any help or encouragement, and that was a disappointment from Friday night against Croatia. The chances that Croatia got were from Scotland's poor play in possession, and that's poor there from Andy Robertson. He knew it. He's looking for one of his teammates to bail him out, but need to limit those risky passes. Another Polish free kick level with the Scotland penalty spot on this near side. It's shot, I think, towards goal there, blocked by the wall from Szymanski, and Scotland clear. And it's picked up on the halfway line by Jakub Kaminski, who then squares it to Piotr Zielinski, right of the centre circle. Big switch out on the far side. Scotland having to come through. A bit of a test here. It's been a testing period in the match. The ball rolled by Kivior down that left-hand side. Ralston being tested again. The slide challenge is good from the Celtic fullback, though. He's put it behind for the corner. So another onslaught here on the Scotland defence as Zielinski goes over to take.
Yeah, I mean, because they've got the two strikers, they're just staying up. They're playing on the back line, Hanley and Suter, and it allows them midfielders to go and support, which means the wide men are free. Ralston does well in the end to get the block in.
In swinging corner, Zielinski into the 6-yard box. Gordon beats it away with both fists. It's very good. There's a chance for Poland again, though. Kaminski fires it out to the far side. It's laid back there to the left angle of the box. In comes the cross, diving header away by Suter. And Scotland can be doing, we get a feel of the ball here, just try and reacquaint themselves with it, because this has been heavy duty just for the last 10 minutes. Poland in possession. Moder rolls it out to the left hand side. Kivior is back out in that left flank. Robertson's been caught out in the right side where he doesn't want to be. Zielinski turning away from Doak. Another opportunity perhaps to cross here. Zalewski gets it back to Zielinski, left hand side of the box. He pulled it across, and the effort towards goal is blocked again. And it was Szymanski once more. He had a couple of bites at it. Here's a chance for Lukiewicz, driving up to the edge of the box. There's a trip there on a Scotland defender. It was Hanley. It's a goal kick. I think it's been given anyway. I mean, even if it was a free kick, it's as good as a goal kick anyway. Steve Clark down there, John Carver, both out, having a word with their players. It's been an uncomfortable 10 minutes though, James McFadden.
Yeah, it has. Poland have stretched the game. They're using the width really well. Both wing backs staying high and wide. The two strikers staying up the pitch, and the midfielders are getting runs. And I think that, you know, from a Scotland point of view, don't get too excited. You don't have to go and chase it and put pressure on every single time, because when we do it, it's leaving gaps that Poland are exploiting.
Scotland come forward though. McTominay chasing onto a loose ball, and Skorupski comes out. Didn't know exactly where he was there. Thought he might have been outside his box when he flopped down towards it, so just kind of bounced off him. The defenders in the way, able to clear, and that's a good little flick header into the centre circle by Swiderski. Poland have it again. Zielinski coming forwards. Midway inside the Scotland half. His pass out here, cut out by McGinn, who gets it back from Robertson, holds off his man, drives forwards. Great play by McGinn into the centre circle for McTominay. Doak driving away down the right hand side. McTominay's found him. Doak into the penalty area, a little step over, right foot across, and it's a bit weak, and it's easy in the end for Skorupski to hold on. He didn't catch it. Ben Doak, he was in a brilliant position down that far side. It was a lightning break by Scotland. McGinn, McTominay and Doak involved. It was an easy one for the keeper as we approach the end of the first quarter of this Matchday 6 Nations League A Group 1. Poland 0, Scotland 1. They're leading. It's still not enough to finish in second spot. Still plenty of time in both games. Croatia, as it stands, a point clear. They are 0-0 with Portugal. Much changed Portugal. Without Silva, Fernandes and Ronaldo tonight, the Portuguese. Croatia essentially at full strength as well, as Poland pick up over on the left-hand side with Kivior. What are you making of it, James? Quarter of the way through, 1-0 to Scotland.
Yeah, I think Poland have looked dangerous. As I said, you know, they're fully committing.
There's another long ball forward which might catch Scotland out. It has, and Gordon's forced to make another save against Swiderski once more. Another really good chance, but these are real warning signs for Scotland. One long ball's catching that defence out on a regular basis. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. Scotland could be doing with some possession, because they're hardly getting any of it. And that's another chance for the Poles, who've got a free kick down on this near side. Scotland protesting, and the German referee has given Poland the free kick here. It's Christian Dingert in the middle. And the Scotland players having a word. Andy Robertson's in his face just now.
I'm not sure there was any contact there. You know, the ball's broke in between Billy Gilmore. I don't think there was much contact. He goes down, Swiderski. as if there has been heavy contact, but I don't think there was.
It's not the best save he's ever had in the world. Craig Gordon to deny Svenderski there was important, as Poland take the free kicks, headed away and just inside the area and lashed high over the bar by Jakub Moder. Left hand side of the D, over the bar. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Yeah, just before the last opportunity there for Poland, you're asking, you know, how it's going. I think that it's far too easy for Poland to get in behind our back line, whether it's strikers making the runs, whether it's midfielders. It's almost like a surprise that the ball's coming over the top and you're then waiting to react, whether it's Suter or Hanley. I think they have to be more proactive. And the chance before for Ben Doak, I think Scott McTominay played the ball too early.
They're in behind again here, Poland. It's an early ball across the face of the Scottish box, which is slid out for a throw-in by Robertson on this near side. He knew that Jakub Kaminski was behind him. The rampaging wing back down this right flank for the Poles. And it's another attack which comes to nothing in the end. And Scotland living a bit of a charmed life at the moment, and they're not able to hold on to the ball. I mean, just that last one when Craig Gordon launched it forward, just bounced off Lyndon Dykes straight back into Polish possession, and that's going to have to improve if Scotland are going to get out of here tonight with 3 points. Poland in possession with Jakub Kiwior left of the centre circle. Out to the right hand side, here comes Piatkowski driving down the right, out to the near side for Kaminski, back to Piatkowski, little ball flick with the outside of the boot into the Scotland box, is read well by McLean, who drives out to the near side and fires it forward, but this is coming right back at Scotland again. It's been collected by Kiwior, and a short ball square to Walukiewicz to his right. It's the big Torino defender who gets it out to this right flank for Kaminski again, attacking Robertson. Right angle of the box, now he's level with the penalty spot. The ball across, cut out by the Scotland skipper, and out for a throw-in on this near side. Robertson with just 2 ahead of him in the cap count. John McGinn with just 4 ahead of him in the scoring charts now. Still with a good 2 or 3 years, you would think, maybe even more than that in this team to add to that haul. Respective hauls. Moder finds Zielinski, right hand side of the box, it's into the right hand side of the 6-yard area, pulled back by Kaminski and blocked. Robertson clears out to McGinn on this near side. McGinn goes down, he's hoping for the whistle's not coming though. Poland have it back with Moder, it's good play, shifted to the right of the area, it's a really good delicate chip ball in, which went over Suter's head, cleared by Ralston. Zielinski beaten to the edge of the box by Gilmour. Here's an effort at goal which swings past the left hand post from Szymanski. He scored from outside the area against Scotland in September. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1, 27 minutes. But it's exactly what I was saying on Friday night against Croatia, and I think I said it more than once in that first half. This is hard work.
Yeah, it is. It's a period to dig in and just, you know, put your body in the line. And look, it's not very analytical that, but Poland have the upper hand. They've controlled the game. And whether it's crosses coming in from left or right, whether it's midfielders making runs, strikers getting opportunities, Poland are in control. So Scotland have to find a way to see this period out, get a bit of control themselves, get the ball and try and knock the fight out of Poland as much as they can, because they're continuing to probe, they're continuing to stretch the game, and they're continuing to find time and space on the ball. So Scotland just have to see this out and get a bit of control themselves.
Gilmour was completely wiped out over on that far side by Adam Buksha, has not been able to get into the game at all. The big striker, 6'4" of him, plays in Denmark with Midtjylland. And Scotland have a free kick. John McGinn's goal inside 3 minutes has them in front in the Polish capital. They ended their last Nations League campaign in this country against Ukraine down in Krakow. And that was a positive night, goalless draw. It was enough to top their League B group. That's why they're in League A this time around. Of course, guaranteed a Euro 2024 playoff, which they didn't ultimately require as a result of winning that group. You have to win your group to get yourself a guaranteed World Cup playoff. And obviously Portugal long since looked to be doing that, confirmed that not so long ago. So Scotland, to reach the playoffs, would have to finish second in their World Cup qualifying group, and obviously to finish first is so difficult against one of the big guns, the likes of Denmark and Austria in pot one, so if the worst did happen, still a chance the draw could be kind to you, as Craig Gordon dinks it straight into touch on this near side. He was doing that quite a lot at Hampden on Friday. Your old teammate James, the distribution actually on Friday in that first half was really poor. They upped the levels in the second, which is going to have to be better than that tonight to see this out, get the 3 points.
Yeah, and I think that a bit similar tonight at times, where there's options potentially for players to be a bit more positive and be braver and maybe make that step forward themselves, rather than going back to Craig Gordon, who has no option but to try and find, you know, one of potentially 3 players further forward because the pressure's on, and not being able to do that.
McTominay winning it back to the groans of the natives there. Out to McGinn, then to Robertson, gives it away though. Poland have got this back here, but McLean was in the right place to ensure it didn't reach Svinderski. It's back with Hanley, who finds McLean, who finds Gilmore. Now McLean to McTominay, to McLean again on this near side. His ball forward is cut out by the tireless Szymanski, who then goes down, and that's a free kick given away by Kenny McLean. He's going to be the first yellow card of the evening by the looks of things. Yep, there it is. McLean booked. Poland free kick, just a few yards from this near side touchline, almost level with the edge of the D of the Scotland box. This is another dangerous moment in a first half of dangerous moments. Half an hour into the game, it is Scotland though who have that 1-0 lead, but they're protecting it with their lives at the moment.
Yeah, and that's another example there. McLean to Gilmore to McTominay, back to McLean within a 5-6 yard radius, going nowhere, and all you're doing is inviting the pressure. Then, you know, the option is, Andy Robertson made a great run. If Kenny McLean takes his touch or sees it quicker, then it is a chance to counter, but there's no point in them knocking the ball 5-6 yards to each other, not going anywhere.
Then comes the free kick from Zielinski. It's flicked away. It's a good header away. McGinn slips as he tries to get onto it and take the pressure off. He's driving out on the far side. He's given it away, and the referee has actually given Poland the decision over there. Actually gone over the line. McGinn carried it over. It's a Polish throw midway inside Scottish territory, over on the Polish left. A little bit of movement from Zielinski, who gets onto it, knocks it back out to the far side for Kiwior. And Poland looking to build here. It's a chip ball to the edge of the Scotland box, which is headed away by Suter. Now McTominay, Dykes is on his bike ahead of him. Doak to his right, plays it short to Ben Doak, gets away from his man, and he's brought crashing to the ground. That will be a Scotland free kick just inside their own half over on the right hand side. And be honest, it gives them a little bit of a breather. Poland 0, Scotland 1 here on Sportsound.
Yeah, and you know, I wanted Ben Doak to get higher running behind for McTominay to play it to him, but these are things that are not really eye-catching, that are massively important for Doak, McGinn, McTominay, driving forward, maybe getting fouls and just killing the flow of the game.
Here comes Doak, driving up towards the right angle of the Polish box, pulls it back for Lyndon Dykes. He goes back to goal, trying to turn, shoots, and rifles one into the side net. It just caught the hoardings in its wave high. Got plenty on that right foot effort, Dykes, as he swivelled and turned and shot, and it goes past for the goal kick and stays Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Yeah, we're miles away, and I just saw the net move a little bit and thought maybe I scored a goal there, but much better from Scotland.
Here come the Scots again, down the right with Doak. Ralston in support. Doak has it, rolls it into the box low to McTominay. McTominay has still got Ralston in support. McTominay's carried it outside the box, flicks it the outside of the boot to the right angle for Doak. Back it comes to Gilmore, moves into a central area, rolls it back to the edge of the centre circle from Hanley. The shrill whistles and boos from the home fans tell you who's in possession. It's now with Gilmore, shoots it, goal! Oh, it's off the bar! Wonderful hit from Billy Gilmore, and Poland scramble it away out to the far side. Doak picks up the scraps, finds Ralston, fed back to McTominay inside the area. It's not a great touch though. That allows Poland in to clear, and it's Kiwior who has it. What a wonderful strike from Billy Gilmore, who's shooting at goals been criticised on this very programme tonight, but that's a wonderful effort, and he's so unlucky to see it rebound off the junction of bar and post, because the keeper's beaten Skorupski. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. Here's Robertson, little ball in, McTominay didn't read it, and Kiwior can mop up over on the far side, but Zalewski rolls it back to his keeper. Poland 0, Scotland 1, but an inch or so away from it being 2, James.
Yeah, it's an incredible effort. It's really good position as well from Billy Gilmour. He steps behind that, beyond that midfield line. Andy Robertson finds him and he hits it, takes out his feet and just cuts across it. It's dipping towards the far corner. Unfortunate to see it come crashing off the bar, and just there Andy Robertson does excellent again, stepping into the game. McTominay is not in the same wavelength at that moment in time because it's a brilliant pass. He's on his heels, McTominay doesn't spot that is a massive opportunity, but this is much better from Scotland, getting their midfielders higher up the pitch where they can influence the game, whether it be, you know, Gilmour taking a shot, McTominay getting beyond that back line to threaten Poland and drag them back. You listen to the crowd here, as soon as Scotland get in around the box, the whistles come out, which they're trying to put off the Scotland players, but also has an impact on the Poland players.
João Felix has put Portugal 1-0 up on Croatia in Split. Now it's cooking. That's the 2 sets of results that Scotland require. They've wiped out the 2 goals in the goal difference. However, on the next tiebreaker, Croatia still lead. It needs to be a 3-goal swing, so there needs to be more to happen. Either Portugal score again and win 2-0 and Scotland see this out at 1-0, or it's 2-0 Scotland and 1-0 Portugal. That would be enough to put Scotland into second spot. Things are motoring along pretty well for Steve Clarke right now. They've weathered the Polish storm as McGinn's ball down the line swings out and it's a throw-in. So it's Poland 0, Scotland 1 here, 10 to half-time in Warsaw, and Croatia 0, Portugal 1 in Split. Now, Steve Clarke said he's not bothered about that one. We are, and we will keep an eye on it as we go along. Big switch of play from Kivior, out to the left there for Zalewski. He's got space, attacking Ralston, up to the edge of the Scotland box. He's into it now, changes pace down the left-hand side. The cross comes in, takes a nick in its way through, but Gordon holds on, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Yeah, I mean, the players can't be thinking about what happens elsewhere.
Here's Doak's ball forward, looking for McTominay. Can he get onto it? Yes, he can. Flicks it away from the defender, drives in, shoots and saved by the foot of Skorupski. Huge opportunity, and he conjured it up for himself, did Scott McTominay. Flicked it over the defender, drove in on goal, but his effort's pretty tame, and Skorupski saves, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. And whilst Poland have dominated large spells of this first half, Scotland have been carving out really good chances for themselves as well.
Yep, and it's due to the positivity. When it comes to Doak, it's a lovely little ball over the top for the on-rushing Scott McTominay. Lifts it over the last defender. He's got Dykes to his left, but you can't be critical of him taking the shot. It's just unfortunate that the shot is straight at the goalkeeper. But certainly, you know, the pace and the threat from Poland is maybe not as frequent as it was, and Scotland being able to hit back, and just for, you know, a little bit better finishing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a boxer trying to come through a few rounds of onslaught and then dig themselves back into the fight here. Scotland have weathered that storm, and they've got themselves a lead obviously before that storm hit them, and they've emerged the other side of it, and they could easily have scored a second or a third.
Yeah, and that's a challenge when you're playing in Potty. You're playing against very good sides who are going to have their moments of control, who are going to put you under enormous pressure. You have to stand up to it, but also to give yourself that little bit of confidence and belief and maintain the belief. You need to hit back, and Scotland have managed to do that. You know, I'm not sitting comfortable because Poland do look dangerous, but so do we. So if we can get another goal and really take control of this game, then I'd feel a lot better sitting here watching, Liam. I'm not going to lie.
It's Poland on the ball. Zielinski left of the centre circle. He's got plenty in white and red ahead of him. Low ball forward. It's well defended initially by Hanley, but it's an opportunity here. Dancing into the box, the left-hand side, and Gordon gets down low to make the save from Buksha at the expense of a corner. But I have to say, Svenderski's onto it. You're expecting him to pull the trigger. He didn't. He laid it off to the left, and Buksha's effort saved by Gordon. And Scotland dodge another one on 38 minutes. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, it looked like it opened up for him.
Polish corner in from Zielinski. Gordon clutches on, and that is exactly what you want to see when you're defending a corner. Your goalkeeper getting his big gloves onto it, as Craig Gordon did there, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1, and it is Croatia 0, Portugal 1. So far, so good. Long way to go. Poland have it on the far side, and rolled back to Kiwior. He's on the left-hand side of that Polish back three. It's a loose ball forward though. It's gone straight to Ralston, who turns it back to Suter. Shimmies onto his right side, out to the touchline. Long ball for McTominay to chase. McTominay will chase it, but Velukovic gets there first. Back to his keeper, Skorupski. First time low ball to the left of his box. Velukovic clears up the left-hand touchline to Zalewski. And then Kiwior wins the throw-in over there. In fact, it's gone the other way. The Scotland fans loving this right now. They lead 1-0. We are just over 5 to the break. John McGinn's early goal is 20th for his country. Has Scotland in front in Warsaw. And they've got a free kick as well, because Ralston's been fouled over on that far side. Steve Clarke, he doesn't look as though he's particularly enjoying the watch down there, but he'll be happy, won't he? If he can get in at half-time, 1-0 up, he'll be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, he'll be happy with the fact that Scotland are winning. He'll be happy with elements of play. He won't be so happy with the threat of Poland, and he'll be thinking of ways where Scotland can nullify that threat. And also, can we play forward like that? Kenny McLean into McTominay beyond the lines. Can that happen more often to gain territory and get control in the game?
There's more goals in this for Scotland. Poland are a threat, but there's more in this for the Scots. Doak has it wide in the right, attacking the byline now, pulls the ball across. Little chip ball headed away by Kiwior, and the clearance is completed by Szymanski. Now it's with Hanley, right of the centre circle, side football forward to McLean, back to Suter, out to the right for Ralston, square ball for McLean. Doak's down the touchline if they can find him. Ralston does. Doak over there, doesn't matter how tight the situation is, Doak seems to be able to get himself out of it. As McTominay picks up, here's McLean, right to the centre circle. Suter fires it out to Ralston. Doak trying to stay onside ahead of him. Ralston finds him. Doak has it, level with the Polish penalty spot, twisting and turning against Kiwior. Doak rolls it back to McLean, infield to Gilmour, who goes back to Suter. Suter has it level with the edge of the centre circle, fires it into it for Hanley. Hanley then with the right foot out to McGinn on this near side. McGinn then back to Grant Hanley, who missed both the trips to the stadium in 2014. Scotland won 1-0 in a friendly in the March through Scott Brown's goal, and then that 2-2 draw in Euro 2016 qualifying a decade ago. Ralston collects and plays it out to the touchline for Doak, who finds McTominay. McTominay on the turns. I mean, the longest I think Scotland have had the ball in the entire match so far, 41.5 on the clock. They lead 1-0. Can they get a second before the interval? What a fillet that would be.
Oh, it'd be incredible. And it's the longest we've had the ball, and most of it's been in Poland's half, which is equally pleasing.
Yeah, and here they come forward. McTominay squares it to McLean. Dykes makes a move inside the box. Instead it's fired out to Doak on the right. He plays it early to Ralston. It's an early ball across, which is cut out. Dykes trying to get his head onto it. Skorupski beats it away. McGinn beats the defender to it, turns it back to the edge of the area. McTominay's efforts off the post, breaks to Robertson, and his efforts deflected wide for the corner. Scotland have struck the goal frame twice. First through Gilmour, and then from Robertson, who's holding his head in his hands. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Well, it's outstanding play, the patience shown to get down the right hand side, and Ralston, when he flashes it across, comes back to McTominay. The angle doesn't look great, it looks like there's loads of bodies in front of him, but somehow he managed to get it through them. Unfortunate to see it coming crashing off the bar, and it drops to Andy Robertson's right foot. He'd have loved that on his left, but still it looked like it could take the neck and drop into the net. It's a good end to the half for Scotland.
Yeah, apologies, was McTominay hit the post rather than Robertson, who was holding his head in his hands. In comes the corner from Gilmour, flicked across the 6-yard line by a Polish defender. It's McGinn heading it back in. Poland clear. Robertson trying to keep this alive. It's a really intelligent header out to Gilmour. Poland have a man down in the box though, and the referee stops play to boos from the Tartan Army off to our left in the heavens here in the Narodowy, where it remains Poland 0, Scotland 1, and it remains Croatia 0 and under strength Portugal 1 in the other game in the group. So the two sides, Scotland and Croatia, level on 7 points, but because of the goal difference tiebreaker, Scotland need to either find another goal or hope Portugal find another goal, because they're bang level, 7 points, goal difference of -1, both sides. And you start going down the tiebreakers, the goals scored, the number of away goals, higher number of wins, higher number of away wins. Scotland win this game, that's certainly, if it goes to that criteria. Croatia can do nothing about that, given they haven't won away and they're at home tonight. There's McGinn, surely a foul on John McGinn, and the refs seen if there's an advantage. There was. Robertson crosses, the keeper punches it away, dives towards the ball and beats it away with both fists. Yes, Poland have had lots of the ball as we go into the final minute of the opening 45 here, but Scotland have carried with them an almighty threat themselves and can count themselves unlucky to be only 1-0 up right now.
Yeah, without doubt. I think that was an incredible cross from Andy Robertson. It probably was a foul on McGinn, but he just keeps playing and he fires it into that near post area. Lyndon Dykes is in there. I don't know if he can't see the ball and a bit unsighted. The goalkeeper does not look convincing when anything comes in round about him, even at his feet. He is trying to play.
This is an important period though, and here come Poland. Look for the equaliser just before the break, made the left hand side of the box. The shot is blocked brilliantly by Suter, still alive, the ball across, Ralston with his hands behind his back blocks it. Corner, Poland, as they flex their muscles in the final few seconds of the opening 45 minutes. Scotland leading 1-0, hanging on again. It's been a good game.
It has been.
1 minute added.
Poland have looked really dangerous. They're finishing, you said Scotland, we absolutely feel that we can be further ahead, but Poland should be making Craig Gordon work far more than what they have with the opportunities they've had.
Corner, Zielinski, outswinger with the left foot into the box, it comes flicked across his own 6-yard area by Dykes, but it's outside of the area now over on this near side. Rolled in field by Kivior, given away though, and Gilmour clears. Doak trying to get onto it in the counter. An important defensive moment for Kaminski, who beats Doak to it and does well to keep it in play over on the far side along with Zalewski, and Poland have it back. So we're in this 1 minute of additional time here in Warsaw, and here come Poland again, left hand side of the box. There's a shot coming at Gordon's goal here and it flashes by. It's a really fantastic effort from Kaminski, who does carry a massive threat. He's pulled in off the left there, he started playing the game on the right, found himself over there having helped out at the corner a moment ago. And that one, well, Gordon was panicked enough to go into full dive mode there. Yeah,
I mean, it's great play initially. He wins it back from Doak, then he's the one that has a shot at goal.
A breathless first half in Warsaw comes to a close. The whistle of the German referee. And John McGinn's early goal, coupled with Joao Felix scoring for Portugal in Croatia, has the Scotland fans dreaming of potentially a second place finish, a berth in the Nations League quarter-finals, and perhaps most important of all, a place in pot 1 for the World Cup qualifiers, the draw for which is made next month. The Nations League quarter-final draw, and indeed the promotion relegation draw, is made this coming Friday. But McGinn's goal, built by Ben Doak really, down the right. It was a cultured little finish by McGinn into the bottom left corner to give the Scots the lead. They've had to withstand some serious Polish pressure throughout that first half though. Real opportunities, some of them gilt-edged, spurned by the likes of Szymanski and Spenderski, perhaps the biggest culprit. Kaminski's had a few pops at goal as well. They've looked menacing, but so too have Scotland. Gilmour rattled the bar, McTominay rattled the post, and they've had another couple of opportunities as well. There's probably going to be more goals in this one. There's probably going to be a whole lot more drama to come in the second half of this game, let alone the other one, and all the connotations in this group right now. On Matchday 6, halfway through it, Nations League A Group 1. It is Croatia 0, Portugal 1, and here in Warsaw, Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Scotland in the UEFA Nations League.
It's absolutely brilliant from Scotland!
This is Sports Sound
from BBC Radio Scotland.
Following Scotland's teams in Europe.
The action lives here.
Wednesday from 7.
Chelsea versus Celtic in the Women's Champions League.
And it's a thoroughly deserved goal.
Listen on digital radio or ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Scotland Extra.
You're listening to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. The dream is still very much alive. Poland 0, Scotland 1, Croatia 0, Portugal 1. Also, In League A of the Nations League, Serbia 0, Denmark 0, Spain 1, Switzerland 0. In League C, Bulgaria 1, Belarus 0, Kosovo 1, Lithuania 0, Kosovo down to 10 men. Luxembourg 0, Northern Ireland 1, Romania 2, Cyprus 0. And in League D, Liechtenstein 1, San Marino 0. John Collins is in here with me, Tom English and Willie Miller. Willie, it's actually been a really good game, that first half, hasn't it?
Yeah. Absolutely, fantastic game of football. Scotland getting off to just a perfect start, a wonderfully well worked goal, and John McGinn again, pops. So it's a magnificent finish for John. I mean, it's good build up, lovely passing movement, but the Gilmour pass forward, the Doak, he actually gets his head up and sees McGinn and picks him out, and then McGinn's just got to. Just got to find that far corner, and he does. He knows exactly what he's trying to do, and it's inch perfect, isn't it? So a wonderful start, and then they had to weather the storm. There's no doubt about that. Poland had, a number of opportunities. Craig Gordon, called into action a few times as well. But as the game went on, Scotland started to have major threats going forward. You're looking at the Doak run and the shot, good save, and then the Gilmour hits one off the underside of the bar. I mean, it's a rocket strike, isn't it? John saying before the game that he has to practice. I think he might have been out in the afternoon, John, practicing his shooting.
Must have heard me.
Must have done. And then, of course, McTominay with the strike, and then off the post, but it's a good save, the McTominay, the second effort across the face. The goalkeeper
got touch
to it, and it comes off the post, and Robertson can't convert the rebound. So listen, it's been a marvellous game of football. I think Scotland carry a real threat going forward. They've been dogged in defending when they've had to defend as well. So far at half-time, having that one goal lead, and obviously the Croatia result as well, everything's looking rosy. Still a long way to go, and Poland obviously still a threat, but Scotland have carried a major threat going forward. They've created a number of opportunities, so it's all looking good.
Yeah, so far so good. That goal coming after 3 minutes from John McGinn, as Willie said, 33 minutes, Billy Gilmour cracking one off the underside of the bar. 36 minutes, great play from Scott McTominay. He flicked the ball over the defender's head, got his shot away, but the keeper saved it with his feet, and then in 42 minutes smacked one off the post. John Collins, happy with what you're seeing out there in Warsaw?
A wonderful start. Could not have asked for a better start, and from my point of view, it's a wonderful and footballing goal. I love to see forward passes. Gilmour picks it in the middle of the pitch. What does he do? Head up. First thing he looks for, can he find a forward pass? Does. Doak takes it in the back foot, heads up. Wonderful cutback, perfectly weighted so that John McGinn can walk into it and just glide it with his right foot, his weaker foot, into the bottom corner. It's not a shot from John McGinn. I call it a pass into the bottom corner. Yeah. Keeper, no chance. Brilliant. After that, we lost our way a bit. They took control of the game and they looked really dangerous.
There was stuff frustrating you in terms of the play out from the back?
Yeah, for me, we've got to get better at building from the back through Craig Gordon, and that comes from the two centre halves when it goes back to him splitting and making an angle to receive it. Too often in that 20-minute period when we lost control of the game, they didn't break wide, turned their back on the goalkeeper, leaving Craig no option but to launch it. They launched it every time it went forward. We lost the ball, they came at us again. Then how did we get back into the game? We talked about our midfield players. Once we got a hold of it in the middle of the pitch and started playing at angles, lots of nice passes, we created, every one of our chances was created from passing and moving. And that's what we need to get. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to believe we can pass it out from the back under pressure. For me, that's the next stage, the development of this team. Lots of good things to see, but that 20-minute period when we're giving the ball away, I don't like seeing it.
Tom, we were chatting during commentary. You were talking a lot about the threat this Scotland team are posing this evening.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I think this is probably the most attacking performance they've put in the group so far. They scored. They've hit the woodwork twice. Now the McTominay one. You look at Dyke's positioning on that. If that had hit the back of the net, I wonder would it have stood. But even still, they've hit the woodwork twice. They've had 4 shots on target, which is more than they've had in any of the 90 minutes performances in the group so far. So really offensive, really sharp. When Scotland are in possession, Doak gives them another dimension. And actually Doak is energising the players around him. He's making the other players look more confident because they know they get it to him, he can make things happen. So he's having an effect on all of the players around him. Poland have had really good chances as well. That's what makes it a fascinating game. It's right on the knife edge. They really should have scored once. Scotland probably should have scored twice. So it's really, really entertaining. And Scotland are going for it here. You know, this is, if you compare this, right, in terms of the ambition, in terms of the accuracy and attack, to Hungary. I know we keep going back to Hungary, but it's like a different team. It's like a different planet. This is a million times better.
James, you enjoying the game, and also specifically this Scotland performance. Towards the end of that half, I just reeled off the chances from the 33rd minute onwards. Some of the play there was absolutely terrific.
Outstanding, and I think that, you know, to carry on John's point in the build-up, at times we're too quick to go back and put ourselves under, you know, undue pressure, back to centre-backs, back to Gordon, then it goes up the park. I think that once we get a better balance from the three in midfield, then those forward passes are much easier because you're taking them beyond that midfield of Poland, which is allowing you to then go and build. And some of the play has been outstanding. The goal was just magnificent football for the whole period that Scotland had the ball, because there was opportunities maybe to play a risky cross or you know, when it wasn't quite right, it was almost waiting to that perfect moment to create the opportunity. And we've spoke about Ben Doak and his decision making, his final pass has to get better. I have to say, it looks like, you know, majority of the decisions he's made tonight, starting with the cross for the goal, the pick out for McGinn, it's been outstanding. So it's been a great performance. Probably too many opportunities for Poland for me, where you're going to expect that because you're bouncing back from a heavy defeat, and they're, you know, playing in front of the home crowd. They want to come and put on a show and get back to winning ways. But I think we weathered that storm very well, had good bits of control towards the end of the half, and looked really, really comfortable in possession, looked really threatening, and players on the ball had options, whether it, you know, was into midfield or wide to McGinn or Doak or up to Dykes. There's opportunities there for Scotland, and there'll be more to come. I would be amazed if this game finishes 1-0. I think there's goals in this game, and hopefully they all come for Scotland.
I mean, you look at Doak. I mean, obviously he's got the pace, but he's also strong. That low centre of gravity. It's very hard to nail him down, isn't it? I mean, he goes past players, but he's deceptively strong, I think.
Yes, he looks strong.
Because there's defenders coming at him, and he's brushing past them. I thought his accuracy in his game was up a level from the other night as well.
Even just that pass. Sorry, yeah, I was just going to say that, James. That was a great pass.
The pass for McTominay.
Yeah.
The Modric pass.
Temptation for our young players to just keep running and take people on. You've been flying. He's got that acumen to see that McTominay's in a better position. He can actually create an opportunity for him. I think he's really maturing right in front of our eyes.
Tam Cowan has joined us in the studio. Off the Ball follows Sports Sound around about 10 o'clock this evening. You'll hear Steve Clark live, as usual, into that programme. You enjoying the first half performance?
I'm just enjoying life there now, Kenny, because you know that Tam Shepherd's joke shop closed in Glasgow last week.
Yes.
I managed to get in just before it closed, and I bought a big tin of sweeties. They look like Quality Street, but they're actually laxative.
Yeah, I should explain. He's just handed them round. I've had 5.
No, I hope you enjoy them, boys. What a trick that would have been. No, I'm in a great mood, you know. 3 minutes in, how could you not be in a good mood? But you know what, boys? It's going to come back and haunt us. Think how much we all bow at the feet of Luka Modric. I've got this horrible feeling he's going to pop up in like the 93rd minute out there and score the goal of his career, and just to sicken us, you know, because we've been giving him almost too many plaudits throughout his career. But we'll see what we reflect on. That's a great thing about live sport. You never know. But we're on at 10 o'clock. Until 11:30. It'll be myself, Ray Bradshaw is in for Stuart, and we'll be joined by Scott Allen as our guest.
Yeah.
And we're hoping he makes it through the entire show without pulling a hamstring or something. So if maybe Willie or John Collins could hang about, if we need to bring on a sub, that would be great. So we'll have music, we'll hopefully have celebrations.
Let's hope so.
And it'll be a packed show anyhow, but you enjoy these sweeties, boys.
It must be nice time for you to have a trail on his show rather than the other way around.
It is, but you notice how I keep them tight there, Tom. I don't outstay my welcome. Right, all the best, boys.
Thank you, Tam.
Good luck, Tam.
So that's Tam, Ray Bradshaw and Scott Allen off the ball, 10 o'clock. You will hear live from the Scotland manager, Steve Clarke, into that programme. As always, his post-match media conference will be there. Let's hope he has got plenty to celebrate and to talk about tonight, Willie Miller. He's got to be delighted right now. He's not looking to change anything, is he, for the second half?
I wouldn't think so, unless there's any concern over injuries, but it doesn't look as though there's any concern. No, I just think it's been the perfect start, and then you've had to kind of a double down and really defend in depth, and you've done that. You've managed to keep Poland out. They have had opportunities. There's been one or two occasions where that defence has been opened up, but Craig Gordon's came to the rescue a couple of occasions, and then you actually turn it round and you produce a performance, and the amount of chances and the threat that you have going forward. It's been a long time since I've watched a Scotland team away from home being able to have as many opportunities and have as much threat going forward as I've watched in this first half of this game. So everything going well. That 1-0 scoreline is well deserved. I think we're all agreeable that there's likely to be more goals in the second half because both teams look a threat going forward. So we just sit back and we enjoy it, and we hope it goes Scotland's way, and we hope the other result stays the same as well.
You'd imagine that the longer the game goes on, the more risk that Poland are going to have to put into the game to save face. They've just been destroyed 5-1. They're going to have to draw minimum, but victory they're going to go for, and they're going to have to put more of a risk into it, which is going to play into Stoke's hands, and the breakaway that Scotland have now, this new attacking weapon on the counter-attack, who's like greased lightning.
And McTominay's position as well, he spoke about him playing as a striker. He's almost like a striker.
He's not far off it. He's not far off it.
You know what I mean? He's just shy of Lyndon Dykes. He's just that, it's somewhere around about maybe 5 yards just deeper than him whenever Scotland are attacking. So he's right up there looking to be that threat, and he has been a threat.
Yeah, it's been a great game. Let's hope it's a great result in around about 45 minutes time to get back to our team out in Warsaw, James McFadden and Liam McLeod.
Well, it's goals scored that is keeping Scotland out of second place right now. Poland incidentally making a change. Jakub Moder is coming off to be replaced by Bartosz Ślisz of Atlanta United in the States. He, just before the break, scored the winner against Lionel Messi's Miami in the MLS playoffs and is in good form, generally speaking. He began his career in this city at Legia, and he's on. So Michal Probierz making the change at the start of the second half. You'll hope it will have the desired effect. Scotland will kick off, same 11 that started, start the second half, and Kenny McLean on the sign of the whistle, which is now, will pass the ball back the way there to Robertson. The skipper looks up, and Scotland are going to dig themselves in at the start of the second half. Dykes with the header towards McTominay, which is flicked away. Scotland in the navy blue and yellow, going left to right as we watch from up above Steve Clarke's technical area, as Ralston goes back to Suter, who goes back to Gordon, who's in goal. Ralston, Suter, Hanley, Robertson across the back. Gilman and McLean, the latter was booked in that first half. Dope, McTominay, McGinn, with Dykes leading the line. Poland, as I say, Ślisz comes on for Moder to like-for-like change. The Polish number 8 off and the number 6 on. We'll keep you up to date with what's going on in Split as we go along in this second half. It could be a nerve shredder as Craig Gordon picks up and goes long up towards halfway. Well done by Dykes with the pass, doesn't find Doak, and it's pretty simply cut out by Nikola Zalewski out on this near side. He plays it up the line to Swiderski, who had that two opportunities really in the first half. Ralston's made a mess of it down the left, but not as much a mess of it as Zalewski did, as he skews his cross, slices it wide of the left-hand post, and that is a massive relief for Scotland collectively and for Ralston in particular.
From the sublime to the ridiculous for Zalewski. Great feet, little nutmeg, 1-2, acres of space, and I mean, It can't have hit a bobble. The pitch looks pristine. He just gets it all wrong and fires it into the crowd.
Chance here for Poland. Szymanski's at the edge of the box. He's opened up. He's decided to roll it to his right. Opportunity here. He's away from Robertson. The shot blocked brilliantly there by John Souttar. That's a certain goal. And Souttar slides in. Gordon was beaten. Souttar keeps it out. And Scotland still have their lead. Here they come on the counter, the visitors. McGinn flashes it to the right-hand side for Ben Doak. Now attacking the box, right angle of the area. Under pressure, 2 Polish defenders around him. Kiwior's one of them, and he's given him a bit of a hard time. Doak on the near side, and eventually the 2 of them bully Doak off the ball. And it's Lees who picks it up and rolls it out to this left-hand side, where Zalewski passes it back to Zielinski. And now they come forward with Spenderski, little ball forward, which Hanley should be able to deal with. He's gone down. Was he tripped? The referee has he given the free kick in the end? Yes, he has. And it will be a Scotland free kick deep inside their own half. But already there's been attacking moments for both teams in this second half, which is still in its infancy.
Yeah, and John Souttar with an incredible block. John Souttar to thank that it's still 1-0 to Scotland. It's good play again from Poland. Every time they come inside from the wide area, it looks like they've got space, getting overload down each side.
Oh, this is another. Oh, well, it just skipped away from Szymanski. It goes right through to Gordon. He was in behind the defence again. It's been a couple of times Scotland have been caught short in this match, and so far they haven't been punished for it. But Poland are cutting through that Scottish rearguard way too easily as Hanley plays it square across his own box for Souttar is to get rid of it. John McGinn holding off his man's. Lovely play by John McGinn, driving forward. He's found McLean. McGinn to the left, Dykes to the right. He slipped it to John McGinn, left hand side towards the back post. Is blocked and put behind by Kiwior. There were 2 at the back waiting for the tap in. Doak was one of them, and it will be a Scottish corner only. It stays Poland 0, Scotland 1 in Warsaw.
Sensational play from John McGinn, using that strength that we know he has to drive forward. Timing of the pass from Kenny McLean, outstanding. And I think John McGinn picks the right option. He's trying to just flash that across, pick out Ben Doak, arriving at the back post. If it reaches him, he's got a tap in. But it's an incredible block to stop an almost certain goal for Scotland on this occasion.
What a game it's been. It could be a nerve shredder. Gilmore's corner comes in, it's headed away. An important header from Buksa, the striker, back helping out from the corner. Now Robertson hoists it back towards the Polish box. Little delicate header allows the clearance to be made by Kaminski. Here is Ralston collecting on this near side, turns back facing his own goal and goes all the way back to his keeper. And Gordon at the edge of his box plays it short to Robertson to his left. Forward to McLean. McLean then rolls it to Robertson. And the left-hand touchline this time is Ben Doak. Spends most of his time on the right, he's on the left, back to McLean. And now with McTominay. Been in fabulous form, he's taken to life in Italy so well. The Napoli man, he's on it here, driving forward. Scott McTominay on the turn, plays it to McGinn, it goes back to McLean. And then square ball for Gilmore, back to Hanley, and now McLean. Looks up, left-footed ball, forward to John McGinn. Good footwork, gets away from the defender, finds McTominay. Fires it, looking for Doak, cut out by Kiwior though. He's dropped onto his chest. Picked up by Bartosz Slees, who has it, and he takes it up towards the halfway line and rolls it out onto the touchline for Kaminski. He's been a constant threat down that far side. 5 into the second half. Scotland still leading 1-0 thanks to that very early John McGinn strike. They've hit the woodwork twice, Scotland, in that first half. Portugal still lead 1-0 in Croatia. Poland have it on this left-hand side. Zielinski out to the left flank, Zalewski back to Zielinski, looks up at the Scotland box. 2 in there, 3 now. Zielinski leaves it though, and it's shifted forward here by Spenderski out to the left, and then the shot comes in, it's wide. It's a trundler really from Zalewski. He drove towards the left hand side of the D, unleashed the shot with the right foot. Craig Gordon watched it go past the keeper, read it, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. Game of so many opportunities.
Yeah, as it's end to end, and in that occasion not troubling Craig Gordon, but still, you know, Zalewski coming in off the left hand side, he's still coming into space. Somehow, you know, when Poland come in off the sides, they seem to be finding space to either get the shot away or pick an option with the overload down the opposite side.
It looks as though Zlatko Dalic made a couple of changes at the break for Croatia. Mario Pasalic and Christian Jakic coming on for Kovacic and Sosa. They are 5 minutes behind us, so there's going to be, depending on what the score lines are come the close of play tonight, there's going to be 5 minutes at least between this game finishing and that one finishing. Interesting to see where we're at that point. Scotland have it with McGinn. It's a long cross field there. He's found Doak as well. Doak has it right hand side of the box. Couple waiting in the middle. He finds McTominay, who scoops it over 10 yards from goal. He'll be annoyed with that. Over the bar it goes. Goal kick Poland. Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great switch of play to Doak, and he's got two options. He's got Gilmour and McTominay. They both make the same run. I think McTominay goes in just a little bit too fast, and by the time the ball comes to him, it's just behind him. He can't get enough on it to keep it down. But still a good opening again for Scotland. There's more chances in this game, there's no doubt about it.
That didn't look like a free kick, and I think the referee's been... The Polish players have bought that from the ref. They moaned at him, and the German official gives Poland a free kick just inside their own half, down on this near side. It looked like a decent challenge by Ralston. The ref didn't agree, and now Zielinski up the left-hand touchline for Zalewski. Attacking Ralston, the ball in field. Again, it's a foul by Anthony Ralston. The referee gives Poland a free kick level with the edge of the D of the Scotland box. On this near side, as Poland attack the goal to our left. 53 on the clock. Poland 0, Scotland 1. The second half just not long underway and split, with Portugal leading by 1-0 thanks to that goal from Joao Felix of Chelsea. Free kick here for Poland, and I think it was you said, James, just before the second half started, you cannot see this game finishing 1-0.
I can't. There's too many. There's been so many opportunities already this second half.
To Zielinski, gets it back from the short free kick. Now he's found Zalewski, steps away from the defender, chips it towards the back post, and it's been kept alive over there. Poland still have it. Little ball back into the penalty area for Kiwior, trying to keep it alive. In the end, as he slides, he can only put it behind for the goal kick, and it will stay Poland 0, Scotland 1.
Yeah, it's another opportunity again. You know, wide player coming in, narrow. It looked like he was going to have a shot. He clips it at the back post, Zalewski. You know, and thankfully Scotland managed to see it out. But yeah, with the chances that's been created so far in the second half, you expect there to be goals. And just, you know, Scotland will get their opportunities, have to make sure they take them, because this Poland side aren't going away. They're still attacking with real intent, real threat.
Ball's chipped out to Zalewski on this left-hand side, seeing a lot of the ball in the second half, steps onto the right, shows too much of it to Gilmour though. Now it's with Doak, rolls it down the right to Gilmour. Doak now bounding down the right flank to give Gilmour an option. He's got another couple to aim for here, Billy Gilmour. Switch of play looking for McGinn, but it's an easy one for Kaminski. They've given it away, and then Kaminski slides in, dives in on McGinn and gives away the free kick. Scotland free kick this time, just beyond the midway point of Polish territory, and maybe 8 or 9 yards away from the far side touchline.
Yeah, it's a great recovery to get the ball back, because Gilmour just picks the wrong option. It's a difficult pass for the switch of play. McTominay just inside him, Doak outside him. And I think that if it gives that to McTominay, then he's got a chance to really create something, running at that back line. They're stretched as well, Poland, but this is an opportunity here in Scotland to get the ball into the box and try and put Poland under a lot bit of pressure defensively.
Gilmour and Robertson over it. On the far side, it's Robertson with the left foot, bends it in looking for Dykes, headed away by Zlees. McGinn trying to retain it for Scotland. It's now with Ralston. He decides to go all the way back to the keeper again. Gordon outside his box, first time ball forward with the right foot. Dykes chests it down to McGinn, who caresses the pass back to McLean, then into his own half for Robertson, and out to McLean again along the deck on that left hand side. Forward to John McGinn, who turns and passes it back into his own half. Here's Robertson getting it from McLean, moving forward. Dykes ahead of him, decides to go back the way again. Scotland in possession. Robertson's given it away, but he does win the throw in. It bounces back off Kaminski, and it's a Scotland throw in, just about level with the edge of the centre circle over on that far side. Robertson to McGinn, back to Robertson, back to McGinn, back towards Robertson. He's overhit the pass though, as McGinn, and it was out for a throw into Poland over on the far side. the score line's exactly what Scotland would like them to be at this moment in time. It's still not enough, though, as it stands, to take Scotland into second place. Missed the opportunity, having only won 1-0 on Friday, to get ahead on the head-to-head with Croatia, who've only lost 2 of the last 16 home games, but they're behind to an understrength Portugal right now. Either Scotland need to score again, or Portugal need to score again for the dream to become reality come the end of this one. Here's Zielinski for Poland, and have other ideas. A draw enough to keep them in League A, and here they come forward looking for this equaliser, but it just ran away from Szymanski there. This comes back to Craig Gordon, who clears first time with the left foot up towards the halfway line, when it's killed on the chest by Kivior. He's looked good tonight, Kivior, the Arsenal man. He was down the line. Was that out of play? No, says the assistant. No, says the referee. And Poland have it down the left with Kaminski. Left of the box, enters the area now on his right side. Little back heel, chance to pull it back. It's blocked. Scotland clear. It was Szymanski who turned it back towards the penalty spot, and Scotland scramble it away, and it stays Poland 0, Scotland 1. It looked like that ball had gone out down here.
Yeah, it did, but you know, you have to continue to play on. But Poland are getting this, controlling the game, because just previously Grant Hanley's potentially got a chance to play it in. I know it's a risky pass into the feet of Scott McTominay. He goes back to Gordon, who then has to find Dykes, and he's fighting to try and keep the ball alive.
Here's Kaminski, left hand side of the box. Szymanski fires it across. It's blocked. It's still in there though. Breaks towards the penalty spot. Zielinski out to the right hand side. There's a shot at goal, and what a finish that is! Piatkowski scores a wonderful goal, fires it into the top left corner to bring Poland level here in Warsaw. And Scotland's hopes of a top 2 finish have just taken an almighty blow. Kamil Piatkowski's first international goal, and it is Poland 1, Scotland 1, and the Scots are in the Nations League doldrums again all of a sudden.
You could feel it coming. Scotland just couldn't quite clear the ball out of the box. Poland having that control, you could see, you know, they were confident in and around the box, and I have to say it's an incredible strike when it drops to Piatkowski in the edge of the box. He just steps onto it first time with the right foot straight into the top corner. Craig Gordon's got absolutely no chance, and Scotland have an issue with the fact that Poland the back level, Scott McTominay's down and potentially needing some treatment.
Yeah, it's a massive blow, and Piatkowski of Red Bull Salzburg was on loan at Granada last season in Spain, made his debut in 2021. This is just his 6th cap, and he has absolutely thundered that into the top left corner. It's an outstanding goal, the kind of goal you would expect from an international player. Perhaps not so much a centre back though. It's a fabulous finish. Gordon's unable to do anything about it. It was past him in a flash, and Scotland have it all to do again.
Yeah, nothing at all Craig Gordon can do about it. It just, you felt the pressure was coming for, again, slipping into the habit of not looking to play the forward pass and take a calculated risk, because you're playing it into players we know can handle the ball, McTominay, but it's gone back, either Hanley's gone back to Gordon or Robertson's gone back to Gordon, and Gordon's then clearing it up the park, and Dykes is having to fight to just try and keep it alive. Can we just get back into the way of playing a forward pass, try and find your midfielders that are comfortable in the ball, comfortable in possession, that can go and turn and get at the Polish backline and take the pressure off, because it has been sustained pressure for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Scotland are toiling a bit here, and here comes the ever impressive Kaminski driving forward, fires it out to the right hand side. Poland have numbers forward in support of this as they look to hit the front, driving into the area. Scotland trying to get the bodies in the way, and eventually Craig Gordon flops down onto it, and it stays at 1 apiece on the hour mark, with Portugal leading Croatia. Now, perversely, Scotland, obviously it's level now, but 1 goal, go 2-1 up, actually would put them second because of the goal scored as Robertson comes down the left. It's a really poor ball back though, and Poland are able to clear it, and Scotland have players forward. They're going to have to try and get back in numbers here. Robertson's taking his time. I don't know if he's felt something go there. A couple of players down. Poland are going to be making a change at the next break in play, and I think Piotr Zielinski is just going to knock it out, because they're going to bring on Timotheusz Puchac of Holstein Kiel in Germany. club was promoted to the Bundesliga last season, so he has been playing top flight football in Germany, and he's going to come on. I'm not sure who for. Poland have looked a real threat in the wide areas. So I suppose, James, when you think about it, given that Poland have just scored, the fact that Scotland still just need that one goal, a 2-1 win and a 1-0 Portugal win, will have Scotland sitting second in the group. I know it's complicated, but that's where they would be if they can somehow get their noses back in front.
Yeah, look, I think that we could see the way the game was going, that it'd be very difficult for Scotland to keep a clean sheet the way Poland had played. So I always felt that Scotland needed a second goal anyway, and it goes back to what I said at the start. You need to concentrate on what you're doing and forget what's happening elsewhere. Scotland now, we know that if they get another goal, then they go above Croatia in the table. But more importantly, you get the victory that Scotland have come for. It's important that they try and just regroup a little bit, try and get some more control, play those forward passes into midfield. Ben Doak's not touched the ball for about 10 minutes either. Can we get him on the ball to just at least threaten, to drag us up the pitch, try and create something, use that speed of his.
Pucic has come on, and I have to say I'm not disappointed, James, to see Jakub Kaminski come off the pitch. He's the one who's been replaced.
Absolutely not, he's been excellent, full of running, real quality, driving forward. Played off the right in the wing-back position. He came over to the left for the second half. It's a real threat, and absolutely I think it's a blow for Poland that he's gone off. Certainly a little boost for Scotland. Hopefully we can capitalise on it.
Well, Ryan Christie and Lawrence Shankland are coming on shortly as Ben Doak picks up, plays it back into the midfield for Gilmour now with Ralston. 63 on the clock, 1-1 here. Portugal continue to lead in split. They're 5 minutes behind us in that game. Joao Felix with a goal there, but a thunderbolt from Piatkowski's cancelled out the McGinn goal early on in the piece, and Scotland have work to do again, and Steve Clarke's deciding to make a couple of changes here for what will be essentially the final quarter of the game, the final act of this Nations League campaign. As it stands, again, the Scots will be relegated tonight to League B, and it will be pot 3 for the World Cup qualifiers. A double blow. Here's Ben Doak on the right though, rolls it back the edge of the area for Gilmour. Gilmour delays his cross, eventually does come in. Dykes attacks it. What a save from Skorupski. Lyndon Dykes holds his head. He thought he'd put Scotland back in front, so did we, to be honest, and Skorupski somehow manages to claw it away, and it stays 1-1. Scotland come down the left again, no foul there. John McGinn's not getting the decision, and Poland clear. Hanley wins it back. Here's Robertson into the midfield. The referee slips to the delight of everyone. Here's Ralston out to the far side here, the near side for us. It's Ben Doak, level with the penalty spot. Step overs back into Ralston. His ball across is cut out. He's claiming handball. I'm not sure the ball was high enough up to be hitting the hand, and Poland have it back in the midfield. Real waste of possession in the attacking third there for Scotland. And now down the left it's Svinderski, gets Pucic on the overlap, plays it infield instead to Zlees. He's got 3 in white and red ahead of him. He squares it to Zielinski. Thought about the shot, instead he side foots it out wide left of the Scotland box here. The cross ball comes in from Pucic toward the back post, and they couldn't take advantage of it. Buksa attacked it, but he was going with the foot. Gordon relieved because it sailed over his head, and it stays Poland 1, Scotland 1, and a double change for the Scots. Shankland for Dykes, and the other change will see Ben Doak be replaced by Ryan Christie. One apiece here. Scotland need to somehow find another goal and win the game 2-1 at least to finish second, assuming Portugal go on to beat Croatia. There's still plenty twists and turns potentially this evening. James McFadden, your thoughts on the changes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that Doak's come off. I think that he's not been as effective or certainly as busy in the second half, but he's just sprung to life there and looked really dangerous again because he's actually been able to get on the ball. So I'm a little bit surprised we don't have, the pace of Doak anymore. Dykes, I mean, he felt, and certainly we did, that he'd found that way to get Scotland back in front. It's an incredible save from Skorupski, and it looked destined to hit the side net and full stretch. Great reaction save. But look, Ryan Christie, we know, pops up with big goals. Shankland is a goal scorer, so if you want chances to fall, You want to fault a Lawrence Shanklin, we know that.
Christie loses out and Poland have it with Zielinski. He's got 2 over to his left. It's been left there by Swinderski, picked up by Puchac, back in field, gets it back immediately from Zielinski, looks up at the box, low ball across, cut out by Christie. He'll be delighted with that because he was the man who was unable to control and effectively set up that Poland attack as McLean clears his lines into the Poland half. 1 apiece here, 1-0 Portugal in Split. It is so near yet so far. There's a chance here for Poland down this left-hand side. And it's back here on the halfway line with Kiwior. Little dink ball forward, John Suter underneath it, knocked forward to Gilmore, to McLean, to Ralston, then Billy Gilmore picks up, gets the nutmeg on Svenderski, and that's bought him some space and time to work out what he's going to do next. We are into the final quarter of this one. As it stands, Scotland will be relegated to Nations League B tonight, and will have a tough, potentially really tough route towards the World Cup in 2026.
Still time, Liam, for Scotland to get that opportunity. I think there's more opportunities in the game. Ryan Christie coming on, and I think that's maybe to help out Anthony Ralston as much as come on and provide that attacking threat as well.
Well, it sounds like Croatia have scored, but it's going under a VAR check. We'll bring you news of that in a moment. There's Ralston with the ball across towards Shanklin. It's cut out and behind for the corner. So Croatia have the ball in the net. Does it stand? We will, as soon as we know, you'll know. That it could be that goal scored by Piatkowski is going to be met with a double blow here. Crowd of just over 55,000 inside the Narodowy here in Warsaw. As Andy Robertson comes over to take the corner. That Croatia goal has been disallowed. It's been ruled out after the VAR check. Stays 1-0 Portugal. 1-1 here. Robertson's corner. McLean's header. It's in towards the back post. Breaks back towards one of the Scotland players. Suter threw himself at it. Comes off him and goes behind for the goal kick. And stays Poland 1, Scotland 1.
Yeah, it looked like Scotland had a great chance to go and get themselves in front. Ball to the near post, flicked on. You've got Hanley going initially, Suter then following up. Poland managed to keep the ball out the back of the net.
Well, it's a big 20 odd minutes coming up here in this game, and the one that's 5 minutes behind elsewhere in the group. A long ball forward then from Skorupski. It was wonderful save denied Lyndon Dykes. What looked like a certain goal which would have put Scotland back in front. Grant Hanley facing his own goal, hooks it over his head, long forward towards Shanklin, battling there with Valakovic over on the far side. He's lost out though, and Poland have it back down this left flank with Puchac. This has probably been the side they've been at their most dangerous, certainly since the interval, Poland. As it's played in field there by Zielinski, gets it back. Remember, they're without Lewandowski for this double header. A foul by Ryan Christie, and that will be a Poland free kick on this near side, and Ryan Christie's going to find himself in the book. 1-1 here. Scotland need inspiration from somewhere. They look a little bit flat out there at the moment as they try and build themselves up for a big finish, and it may be that Steve Clarke's going to be looking to his bench again fairly shortly. Ryan Gould's certainly come on and made a big impression when he's been given his cameos in this campaign.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit of stop-start of late this game. That's why it's difficult then for either side to get into a rhythm.
Ralston sees a Poland free kick behind for the goal kick. Zielinski knocked it forward, trying to get Zalewski involved. There will be a goal kick to Scotland to be taken by Craig Gordon. It was never going to be easy tonight. That's not the Scottish way. It is the Scottish way to have all the hope in the final day, and then it gets snatched away from you, and Croatia have equalised against Portugal in Split, and Joško Gvardiol, the Manchester City defender, has scored the goal. Croatia won, Portugal won, and now Scotland need two things to happen. They need Portugal to score again now, and they themselves have to somehow try and win this game. And it was looking so promising at the interval. The two things we didn't want to happen have both happened in this second half. Piatkowski here Gvardiol there, 1-1 in both games, and Scotland will be relegated tonight if it stays this way.
Yeah, and that's why it's important that, you know, for Scotland it's about getting that goal and getting a victory. And if, you know, things end up going away elsewhere, then great. But I think, you know, more importantly, just go and push for that goal to get back in front and get a good positive result tonight. And if it means that we go into the playoff, then so be it.
Poland have it here, right of the centre circle. It's flicked across. Ralston should get there. He does. He slides in, but it's like Poland have an extra man out there right now. It is Puchac back to the edge of the centre circle for Slees, who rolls it into it there for Velikovic. He comes into the Scotland half and then turns it back just right of the centre circle for the Polish goal scorer Pietkowski. Big switch out to Zielinski on the left, driving towards the edge of the Scotland box, flicks it with the outside of the boot, headed away by Hanley. Scotland pick up in the midfield with McTominay to Ralston and then back to Gordon. James looking a little bit frustrated to my left here.
Yeah, it's because when it comes in positions in the back line, try and go forward. You know, I understand you need to keep possession and take the pressure off, but we've got a chance now, or we have certainly the whole game, where Poland are committing bodies forward. They're looking to try and get a winner. If we can, you know, pick it up in the back line, can you play a forward pass? It's almost like most of the time the first thought's, it's a bit risky, I'll just go back to the goalkeeper and maybe try again. But more often than not, it's back to the goalkeeper, then it's, you know, a lump up the park and you're having to fight to keep control of the ball. I'm not saying rush it and force it, but there's opportunities to play that ball forward.
73 on the clock. Poland 1, Scotland 1. Gilmour in the centre circle, flicks the ball forward high down this near side, comfortably dealt with by Kivior, and then Puchac puts it out for a Scotland throw-in on this near side. Would you be making another change about now, James?
Well, I think there needs to be, you know, an injection of energy from somewhere. Scott McTominay's hobbling about. He doesn't look to be running, you know, as freely as he certainly normally is. So maybe, you know, try and inject a bit of energy into the team.
John McGinn, infield to Robertson. McGinn's still an option out there. He's found them by hook or by crook. Back towards Robertson, little spin, he's inside the area. McTominay ahead of him, his ball forward's poor. He's got a second chance here though. Little ding ball, but the goalkeeper holds on, Skorupski. And on 74 it stays Poland 1, Scotland 1. There is activity on the Scotland bench. Ryan Gauld, I think, is going to be on shortly. It's going to be a couple of changes. Nicky Devlin might be coming on as well, having that fine season at Aberdeen, that really important block from Rafael Leao last month in the draw with Portugal. And Poland are going to make a change as well. They're going to take off Swiderski, who really ought to have scored at least once in that first half. And Bologna's Kacper Urbanski is going to replace him with his debut against Ukraine in June, but he's been a regular since then. At the finals in Germany in the summer, wearing the number 7, he comes on, and Urbanski introduced to the crowd, and the Scotland changes will be made shortly. It is Gauld and Devlin, so you can assume pretty much that Anthony Ralston will be one of those to come off, and he'll be replaced by Devlin. It'll be interesting to see if it will be McTominay. Yeah, it has to be, when you see the way he's walking. In fact, the boots are coming off, so Scott McTominay shakes hands with the man he replaced at Napoli, Piotr Zielinski. And another game without a goal for the goal machine, as he was, of course, scored against Poland on Matchday 1 in Glasgow. McTominay will be replaced by Ryan Gauld. Less than 15 to go here. One apiece in both games in this group. And Scotland facing a difficult path to the Americas in the next World Cup finals. Haven't been at the tournament since 1998 as Devlin comes on for Ralston. But then, yeah, I mean, you can look at the draw, see what comes of the draw. There are more beatable pot 1 sides who Scotland have had very recent memories of beating. They've beaten Denmark and Austria in recent campaigns. I think they've proven in this campaign that they can mix it with these big sides. Hanley's under pressure. Suter comes across and bails him out. He's had an excellent Nations League by and large, John Suter, and he's recovered brilliantly from the disappointment of being cut from Steve Clarke's squad for the tournament in the summer. As Christie rolls it back to Billy Gilmore, who in turn finds Suter, who's come close to making himself undroppable in this team right now.
He's been outstanding, John Suter. I think it coincides with the fact that he's playing on the right hand side as well, the club level. A lot of his time at Rangers playing on the left and almost filling in, but now he's playing in his favoured position, and it's made a difference because he's been excellent for Scotland, as you say, in this Nations League campaign. Real strong performer, and he's been aggressive defensively, but also when he has the ball, he looks to play forward. He looks to, pick that pass, whether it's one into a midfielder that's beyond the opposition midfield line, or one straight into the striker and miss everyone out. He's got the vision and he's got the ability to find players, but he's been outstanding, and it's good to see, because of the amount of horrendous injuries that John Suter's had, that he's fit and he's actually showing people how good he actually is.
Scotland have it with McLean, rolls it to Robertson deep inside his own half, back to the edge of the D there for Hanley, who finds Suter, who rolls it out to Devlin on this near side. Devlin up the line, Christie on the turn, but he's had it nicked off him by Pucic. He gets it down this near side for Urbanski. He's going out to play off a Scottish player and out for a Poland throw-in. Scotland struggling again to retain the ball. They're struggling to really test Skorupski since that Dykes header. He's not too much to do, the Polish keeper. There's Christie scampering forward. He's clearly tripped, but he's stayed on his feet and he drives forward. Rolls it into the centre circle for McGinn. McGinn is on it, rolls it back. He's taken a Polish player down there, and the referee has given them the free kick, and now he's turning to Zielinski. It looks like he's going to book the Polish captain. He's got the armband in the absence of Lewandowski, and he's booked, and Poland have a free kick right in the centre circle. McGinn was in charge, he was in possession there, but it just bobbled away from him, and he brought the Polish player down when he was trying to touch the ball, and it will be a free kick to the Poles.
I didn't think it was a foul. I know we're miles away, so it's very difficult, but I just thought McGinn was stronger and managed to keep the ball. I think the referee's absolutely spot on to bring it back and give Zielinski the yellow card, because it is a cynical attempt to trip Ryan Christie up, but I didn't think that was a foul.
McLean misses out in the challenge in the midfield, but Scotland have bodies in support, and Gilmore does his bit, wins it back, finds Hanley, back to Gilmore, then to Grant Hanley, shifts it to his right for McLean, then with Suter, he'll go through his legs and then rolls it back to his goalkeeper, under pressure from Buksha, as Hanley turns it to the left for Robertson, forward to Gauld, and Gauld back to Robertson. Of course, they were part of that exciting time for Dundee United. They're a really good side. Stuart Armstrong, Gary Mackay-Steven in there as well. It is McLean, left of the circle, forward to Gilmore. Gilmore almost lost it, he's on it, he goes down right in front of the referee, and Scotland have a free kick, and we are very close now to the final 10 minutes here. 1-1 in Warsaw. Scotland have it. Gauld out to McGinn on the touchline on the far side, back to Robertson. They're in the Polish half. Robertson looking to see where it goes next, forward to Gauld. Gauld on the turns, lovely play by Gauld, goes down, looked like a decent challenge initially, but the referee disagrees, and that's going to be a free kick for Scotland in a good area. Szymanski's challenge on Gauld, and Scotland have a free kick almost level with the edge of the D of the Polish box as they try and get their noses back in front, and it could be so important, albeit for their prospects in this group. They need Portugal to score as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm going to keep saying it, just do your job, just get the victory, worry about what happens elsewhere. That's all you can do.
Robertson's ball isn't great. Poland get the bodies in the way, and the referee gives a free kick, I think against Shankland or Christie, I think it was, and it will be a free kick to Poland inside their box, so it all comes to nothing.
Yeah, it was a wasted opportunity initially to get the foul. It's great play from Ryan Gauld, the way he receives the ball, just makes sure he gets his body in between ball and man, lets it roll across his body, takes a great first touch, and he's brought down. But these are opportunities that you can't really waste. You've got a chance to put it into the box, a chance to put Poland under pressure, and it's a waste. Giving a foul away, you can accept at times where it's not a great ball or you haven't maybe been able to make the run, but giving cheap fouls away, very difficult when you're trying to get yourself back in front in the game.
Poland have it. You think of those chances for Scotland in the first half, hitting the post, hitting the bar. Lyndon Dykes header, Poland's run forwards been stymied. There's Puchacz, he's lost it to Devlin, and now it's Christie driving down the right hand side, support to his left, rolls it to the edge of the box. It was too far in front of goal, it was behind Shankland, and Poland have it back with Urbanski driving up to halfway. Scotland trying to win it back, and they have done so, but illegally, says the referee. Szymanski goes down, Poland free kick, left of the centre circle, 1-1 here, 1-1 in split between Croatia and Portugal, and the seconds are ticking away, and Scotland's hope is ticking away here.
Yeah, Ryan Christie, when he's on the break, he's looking to play that into the feet of Lauren Shankland. It's not for Gold, it's for Shankland, who's backing off, and he just keeps backing off, and the ball is obviously intercepted. But it's a good opportunity there for Shankland just to stand, be that bounce pass for Gold and support for Christie coming off the right as well.
Long ball from the free kick for Poland is poor, and it goes straight behind for the goal kick. A misunderstanding there, I think.
Yeah, there's a chance here for Scotland, because Poland have been really threatening, and they've shown great, pace and energy and bravery at times to put so many bodies forward. But it feels like that real high intensity's dropped from Poland. So it gives Scotland an opportunity if you can pick the right pass, or get one of the midfielders running forward and support. Then there is a chance here for Scotland to go and win the game. And go back to the point about Portugal and Croatia. There's nothing you can do about that game, but you can definitely affect this game. And I would rather, we go and win this game.
Yeah, there's an effort from Robertson, the edge of the box, which sails high over the bar, and it remains one apiece on 83.
I'm saying that I'd rather Scotland win the game, and Croatia, if they get their draw, they get their draw, rather than Portugal getting a goal, and we've not done enough to go and win the game. That's why you have to focus on the job at hand and what you can affect. You can affect, how this game ends and what the end result is. So forget about what's happening elsewhere. Just concentrate on getting that chance. It might only take one chance to go and get back in front, win the game. You've done your bit. There's nothing you can do about the Croatia and Portugal game.
Listen, I was in Oslo, so anything's possible.
Absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned. Robertson has it over on the far side and rolls it back to Hanley. Square ball for McLean in his own half, finds Gilmore out to Robertson on that left hand side. Dink ball forward for McGinn, trying to hold off Kwiatkowski, goes down, no free kick though, and it's Poland with Schlees. Forward it comes to Szymanski, right hand side. He's going to try and take on Hanley here. Hanley slides in to get any of the ball. The ref seems okay with the tackle, but it is a Poland throw in over on the far side. 6 left, 1-1.
I'll take a little bit of that Oslo heat, Liam, sorry.
Yeah.
It's absolutely Baltic.
It's worse back home, so you're not getting any sympathy from anyone listening from back home. As Poland bowl the ball into the box, Urbanski chests it back outside the Scotland area. McLean finds Robertson, who hoofs it away. Shanklin with a little flick. There's nobody behind him in dark blue though. And it is the Poles in possession on this near side. If this game finishes a draw, there's an argument to say that is the right scoreline on the balance of play. Poland probably just shaded it slightly and will feel that they should have won this, but Scotland have hit the woodwork twice. They've tested Skorupski a couple of times, and the second time from Lyndon Dykes in particular was a spectacular save. But they are running out of time rapidly here, or Scotland. Poland, as it stands, will go into the promotion relegation playoff against a runner-up in League B in March. As it stands, Scotland would, no likelihood, be in a 5-team World Cup qualifying group. Here's McGinn on the left-hand side, it's the cross in, looking for Shanklin. There's Christie, gets in, ghosts in, and heads towards goal, but he couldn't get the purchase in it to trouble Skorupski, who holds on, and it stays one apiece.
That's a great ball in from McGinn. He's looking for Shanklin, but Christie's making that gamble to the back post, and he's so unlucky that he can't get enough on it. It's good defending in the end, but there's chances here. Scotland can win the game. I know time's running out, but continue to make the runs, continue to put the ball in the box, and you might just get a little bit of luck. As you said, go back to that Norway game. I know it was a while ago, but anything can happen.
Scotland battling for it in the midfield. Gilmour, then McLean. He's managed to free himself of his man McGinns, and loads of space on the left. McLean comes forward instead. Christie can't control. Poland have it, and now they're coming forward. A nice little flick there by Buksha, and now it's Urbanski driving forward midway inside the Scotland half. Gilmour battling back, wins it back momentarily, goes down. Free kick Scotland deep inside their own half. Stuart Armstrong's going to be on in a moment, and he's going to replace Billy Gilmour. Scotland's final throw of the dice. I just wondered if Kenny McLean had spotted John McGinn and was able to release the pass. He was in acres over there on the far side. Stays 1-1 here, 1-1 in split.
Yeah, John McGinn, as you say, acres of space. Kenny McLean, because he drags it, with his left foot, he's probably not opened up to see that it's not even a hard pass to find him. But again, continue to do what you're doing. And that chance, just be ready for that chance to come.
It's been such an open match, hasn't it? It's just been wide open from the start to the last knock-ins here.
Yeah, I mean, at the minute Scotland look comfortable in possession, but you can just sense that Poland are prime ready, to counter and exploit any mistake.
Yeah, I mean, Poland can't finish top two, so this result suits them. As Devlin rolls it back to McGinn, a Scotland goal relegates Poland. So they've got plenty to defend here. Here's Robertson on the left. Another poor ball. Certainly looked it, but it's drawn a corner. Puchac puts it behind with the head, and Scotland have a corner on this near side. And they profit from it here. Just over 2 of 90 remaining in Warsaw.
No, it has to be a good delivery. Give a ball in that the players can go and attack, make it inviting, make it difficult for Poland to defend it.
Robertson with it, with the left foot. Keeper comes, doesn't, and then gets caught in no man's land. Changed his mind almost. Comes to Gold at the edge of the box. It's a poor ball back into the area, and it beats everyone and goes behind the left-hand post for a goal kick. And it will stay at 1 apiece here under the roof in the Narodowy. Billy Gilmour gets a handshake from his manager down there, having just come off, replaced by Armstrong. But Scotland, their fate is just minutes away. We'll see what the stoppage time will be. There's been no real VAR intervention. There's been none. Oh, no on-field VAR intervention, certainly. So might only be 3 or 4 minutes added on at the end here. So that means there's probably only about 4 or 5 minutes to go. 1-1. Guardiola equalising against Portugal has made it all the more challenging in the closing stages. Robertson has it left of the centre circle, flashes it to Suter, down the line for McGinn, who's popped up on the right now. McGinn looks up, see what's ahead of him, but decides to go back the way. Poland are back in numbers here. A flat back 5 now, Poland. Robertson eases it out wide left for Gold. Infield to Armstrong, his Vancouver teammate. Armstrong tried to disguise the pass. It was cut out over there by Piatkowski. Armstrong going through the gears, driving down the left-hand side of the Polish box, looking to win a corner. Has he managed to do so? Yes, he has. Scotland corner, 90th minute in Warsaw, 1-1.
Be a nice time to score, wouldn't it? Just another, again, get a good ball in. Something you can go and attack. Even a mistake, take anything at this point.
He was late on the one against Croatia. What can they do here? Armstrong's corner's too close to Skorupski. He heads it away and then headed towards goal by McLean. It goes over the bar. 4 minutes added. We're into the first of them. Keeper didn't look convincing that time. Skorupski got his fists to it, but he kind of flapped a little bit, but McLean couldn't take advantage, and we're into the first of 4 minutes of stoppage time. Scotland have 4 minutes to try and save the day here, and at the very least win this game and give themselves a chance of staying in Nations League A, which would come in handy for the next campaign because it's pointing towards a European Championship rather than a World Cup, and they decide the playoffs by Nations League ranking if you don't win your group, unlike this one. Here's Robertson for Scotland over on that left-hand side. One thing's for sure, if they end up in pot 3, there's a chance they're going to have another worldie of a campaign like they did last time. Here's Robertson, long ball up towards the edge of the Polish box. Shankland gets something onto it, but Skorupski's onto it. McGinn putting the pressure on, but the keeper's on it, and it stays Poland 1, Scotland 1. And a reminder, it is 1-1 also in Croatia. A combination of results that we didn't want, but it was always a long shot. I think I said at the start of the programme, Scotland to finish top 2 was 8%, I think was the chance they were being given, as Poland come forward looking to pour salt into the Scottish wounds. Over on the right hand side, Zlees goes back into his own half though to Biatkowski, and he squares it to Vilikovic, goes back to his keeper, and Skorupski smashes it forward with the right foot. Minute and a half into the 4 minutes, Scotland have it with Armstrong. Poland want a free kick, they're not getting one. Gold flicks on, Christie heads back though, finds Armstrong, Christie's on it again, down that left hand touchline, finds Ryan Gold, heavy touch, slid out there though for a throw-in by Vilikovic. Taken quickly, back to Robertson, still half the stoppage time. Gold, it's a poor touch, and Poland able to clear. Vilikovic put it straight to Christie, now it's McLean. Time the enemy here as well as the Poles for Scotland. It's John Souttar, bends the cross ball in, Robertson attacks it, scores! Andy Robertson scores! The captain on his 80th cap! Scores with a header, powers it past Skorupski, and sends the Tartan army wild up the other end of the Naradovi. A massive moment for Robertson. There's only 2 in the history of this team of more caps than him. What a way to celebrate! He silences the natives, and it is Poland 1, Scotland 2. Magnificent!
Absolutely tremendous. What a goal from Andy Robertson. Bravery to go and put your head on it and to find the back of the net. What a cross, deep cross to the back post, and it's the captain that pops up with the goal. Tremendous header, tremendous end to this game. I always felt the chance was coming. It's about standing up and taking it, and Andy Robertson has stood up, the captain, to put the ball in the back of the net.
It's a 4th international goal for Andrew Robertson. How important could that prove to be? Poland come forward here at the edge of the box. McLean picks up. There cannot be much time left. 3.5 have been played of the 4. There'll be a little bit on top of that now as well. Can Portugal score another goal? Shankland's offside as he was chasing after it. 2-1 Scotland. James McFadden's been saying it all throughout that they are capable of winning this game. And now they just need to see it out. A Portugal goal would send Scotland into the top 2 in pot 1 for the World Cup qualifiers. That's where we're at right now. 1-1 in the other game. Zlees with the ball into the Scotland box, headed away by Christie. Shankland gets a head onto it. McGinn goes chasing after it, can't keep it in play. We've played the 4 minutes of stoppage time. McGinn's going to get booked for time wasting for throwing the ball away. Polish throwing on this near side. Zlees takes. It's last orders here in Warsaw. As Zielinski picks up, long right-footed angle ball to the right-hand side of the area. Hanley heads it away. Gold with the challenge. Poland looking for a penalty. They're not going to get it. Armstrong picks it up down the left-hand side. Shankland was in an offside position. Still it's Armstrong. He goes down. The referee blows the whistle and gives Scotland the free kick over on the far side. And that's it. It's all over. What a win! What a win for Scotland! What a win for Stevie Clarke! And it's his captain, fantastic, he comes up with the goods. A bullet header in second half stoppage time. Wins the day for Scotland here in Warsaw. McGinn with the early salvo. Had them in front of the break. They hit the post, they hit the bar. They had to recover from the Piatkowski equaliser. And up pops Andy Robertson late on. Wonderful header, which Skorupski could do nothing about. And this result, whilst we wait to see what goes on in the final minutes in Split where they're into stoppage time, this is a result that's not enough, as it stands, to put Scotland in the top 2. But it's enough to relegate Poland to League B of the Nations League. And Scotland will now, at the very least, if nothing changes in Split, be taking part in the promotion relegation playoffs against a League B runner-up to try and stay in the top tier of the Nations League. The draw for it's on Friday. The matches will take place in March. A Portugal goal in stoppage time in Split changes everything. We'll turn our attention to that now with the guys in the studio. But as the Scotland players and staff celebrate a famous victory here in Warsaw, they've proved as this campaign has gone on, they can live with the big boys. And they've beaten one of them here, a World Cup and European Championship regular in Poland. And Robertson on cap number 80 takes his bow. A wonderful moment for him and for this team. And no matter what happens in Split in the closing stages, the Tartan Army will sing their heart out this evening in Warsaw, and they'll party late on as well. It finished here in the Narodowy. Poland 1, Scotland 2.
Scotland in the UAE.